Hi everyone, welcome to the 5th episode of Very Real News. Why we create this program is because nowadays the truth is so rare. A lot of people, they don't really care about if the news is true or not. They just want to believe in something that they want to believe. So this is our purpose of creating this program. We do the fact checks of news. So we try our best to tell you the true news, revealing you the truth behind any news, any piece of news. So you are also welcome to subscribe our program if you want to hear it, episode by episode. Also, you're also encouraged to download our app. So it's named Very Real App. You can search in App Store or Play Store. So you can register anonymously without any trace of you, without registering your phone or email. Also, you can join our big group. We have nearly 16K people in the group, and we have many other groups, and we have the AI translation, so you can talk to the world. People from other languages, they are all in the same group, and they all speak like English. Okay, so let's see the first piece of news. We are fact-checking the ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino's June rollout pitch for X-Money. This is a U.S. first digital wallet that promised to blend social payment, investing, and shopping into one WeChat-style super app, and why the real test may be regulators, not coding. So what Yaccarino actually announced, users will soon be able to trade, tip, and pay right inside X. Yaccarino told the reporters the goal is to make X the center of your financial and social life. So this is from India Times. And she confirmed the product name X-Money and said rollout starts in the United States before going global. This is from FT. And also the launch blueprint is first stop is America. The pilot window is internal target point to a late 2025 beta. And beginning with a smaller user cohort in California and New York, and fanning out across all 50 states. And this in-app only. Early user will open a wallet, verify ID, and move cash via Visa Direct. So no desktop flow is at launch. And the features that at day one are peer-to-peer transfer, Venmo style, and creator tipping and pay subscription, and one-click checkout for merchandise sold on X shops, and high-yield save pocket for the idle balances, and instant withdrawal to linked bank or debit card. So this is based on finance magnates. And Visa partnership and a physical card. Visa is confirmed as a first network partner, and it will supply real-time rails and throttles. This is from TechCrunch. And X app code already references a co-branded debit or credit card, hinting at swipe anywhere acceptance, plus cashback tiers tied to the X usage. The crypto question mark is neither Yaccarino nor Musk has promised Bitcoin or Dogecoin or any token at launch. So filings and interviews stay silent on crypto rails. And also Decrypt notes Musk's public love for Doge, but flags no Dogecoin in beta documentation. Regulatory minefield ahead. Licensing maze is every U.S. Senate demands a money transmitter license plus Bank Secretary Act compliance, a patchwork that took Cash App and PayPal years to finish. And AML and KYC is heavy lift. The U.S. Treasury 2022 AML Act puts steep fines on weak screening, and Block that company by Jack Dorsey, just paid $80 million for lapse. And X cannot afford a repeat. And data privacy scrutiny. So turning a social feed into a wallet raises FTC and CFPB red flags about mixing behavior acts with purchase histories. So why it mattered? This is the first super app race. Meta rolled back its Navi wallet, and PayPal lacks social variety. So Apple Cash is in US only, and if X nails both payments and community, it jumps to the front of the US super app queue. And creator economy bump, built-in tipping could plug a fresh revenue host into the X, and this is advertised balance sheet. It means the starved balance sheet is not good. And red tag litmus test. So passing the AML state audits and maybe SEC oversight, if trading arrives, will signal whether social giants can become a full-stack fintechs or hit a compliance wall first. So the bottom lines are X money is real, Visa is on board, and the feature list reads like WeChat Pay for the West. So what's not real yet are crypto support and regulatory green lights that turn blueprints into balance sheets. Stay tuned, and the code is easy, and the license aren't. Okay, secondly, we're unpacking the eye-popping headline that 16 billion passwords, including logins for Apple, Facebook, and Google, just spilled onto the web in the biggest leak ever. Spoiler. The number is real, but the narrative is messier than a smash-and-grab breach. So here is what actually happened, why it blew up, and how to stay safe. So what was really leaked? This is a monster compilation. Not one fresh hack. Researchers at Cyber News found 30 separate credential dumps, mostly old breaches and info stealer logs, stitched together into a single 1.5 terabyte combo-style file holding 16 billion unique password entries. This is from cybernews.com. And big names domain everywhere because people reuse passwords, so the trove contains valid logins that still open doors at Apple, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and thousands of smaller sites. That's why headlines about Apple and Facebook hit. So no sign Apple, Google, or Meta got breached last week. The dump is an aggregation of past bills plus malware harvested credentials, meaning the company weren't hacked anew. So how the 16 billion number grew up so huge? Each of the 30 piles averages 300 to 700 million logins, and stringing them together, and you hit 16 billion. So the info stealer malware, like the Redline or RightPro, keeps vacuuming fresh credentials from infected PCs, so refreshing the old dumps with the new passwords. And dark web sellers repackage these combos every few months to hype record-breaking leaks, pumping the numbers for marketing buzz. So who's the real-world risk? Any user who recycles passwords. If you use one on a work VPN or email, attackers can move sideways fast. This is from AP. And small to medium-sized firms, corporate SSO logins are in the mix, offering attackers a foot in the door. And developers, API keys and Git credentials leaked alongside passwords in several sub-lists. An immediate step to lock down is change your reused passwords. Okay, now prioritize email, banking, and cloud storage. Turn the 2FA everywhere. Text-based is okay, app or hardware key is better, the second factor authentication. And check the dump. Use the haveibeenpumped.com on the free Cyber News leak checker to see if your email appears. Q session tokens. So log out the web service on all devices, then sign back in with fresh credentials. And why regulators are eyeing this, FTC and SEC scrutiny, public companies must disclose material cyber exposure, and the user-level credential tsunami can trigger breach notification rules. And state AG is on the hunt. California CPRA and New York's SHIELD Act imposes fines if firms knew of credential stuffing risk, but skimped on safeguards. And the EU knock-on effect. Even though the dump went public in the US, millions of EU accounts inside could spark GDPR-sized penalties for data controllers. This is from Time.com. So the bottom line takeaways are yes, 16 billion credentials are floating around. It's the biggest compilation ever logged. And no, Apple, Google, or Meta weren't just breached. Their user recycled passwords got swept into a giant mashup. And password reuse turns yesterday's leak into tomorrow's ransomware foothold. To rotate your keys and enable 2FA before the attacker turned this oversized credential buffet into a full-scale crime scene. Okay, finally, we are talking about June 15, 2025, Hampton's wedding that spliced, the two of America's most plugged-in political network together. Alexander Soros and higher apparent to the 25 billion open society empire, and Uma Abedin, Hillary Clinton's longtime right hand. So critics on the right framed it as the summit of democratic money and power. Let's source verify fact from the partisan hype. Where, when, and who actually got hitched? The couple held two ceremonies at the Soros family estate on the Long Island East End. A private service Friday, June 14, and a larger party Saturday, June 15. The Vogue and the People magazine, they confirmed the dates and location. And Friday's service honored the both-faith nikah, Muslim marriage contract, and ketubah, that's a Jewish contract. So Saturday's guest list read like a DC Hollywood roll call: Hillary and Bill Clinton, Vice President Kamala Harris, former, and Senator Chuck Schumer, and Anna Wintour, and more. So the father and the family dynamics, George Soros, 94 years old, skipped Saturday's festivals for health reasons, but hosted an intimate family service in his garden the day before. This insider told the Page 6. That private pre-wedding moment featured separate blessings by a rabbi and an imam, mirroring the couple's dual-face vows. Yeah, they have two faces. So the bridge is from White House intern to shadow secretary. So Abedin began in 1996 as a White House intern and rose to deputy chief of staff, as state and campaign vice chair in 2016, becoming what Clinton once called her second daughter. And her first marriage to Representative Anthony Weiner in 2010, officiated by Bill Clinton, unraveled in the sexting scandals that drove Weiner from Congress. I think that is a sexual harassment or something. And the groom, the new boss of Soros' philanthropic machine, Alex Soros, 39 years old, took over the Open Society Foundations in 2023, controlling roughly 25 billion in assets. And he has signaled a sharper focus on the U.S. voting rights and abortion access, priorities that align neatly with Clinton world politics. So why commentators dub it power and wealth peak? The money. The Soros fortune bankrolls hundreds of progressive causes, and Abedin brings decade-long access to Democratic donors and operatives, and networks. Clinton, Obama, Schumer, Silicon Valley executives, and Vogue fashion elite, they all cross the paths under the one tent. The messaging and the interface, dual ceremony, telegraph, cosmopolitan. And inclusivity. At the moment when U.S. culture wars target both Islam and Judaism. So what marriage doesn't mean? There is no formal merger of the foundation or PACs yet. The Open Society board remains unchanged, and Aberdeen, she retains her consulting business. Note where policy leverage. Neither spouse holds public office, and influence flows through donations, not executive orders. And it's not a Clinton comeback signal. Sources closest to Hillary says she attended as a family, not to workshop a 2028 ticket. And political optics and opposition spin. So conservative media immediately branded as the Soros Clinton axis, warning of dark money election plots. And progressive outlets applauded the cross-cultural symbolism that Aberdeen's post-scandal second act. And most mainstream coverage kept the focus on society page glamour. The two custom the gongs, Givenchy and Erdem, rain-soaked photo ops, and the 7-tier pistachio rose cake. This is from people.com. So takeaways are Alex Soros and Human Aberdeen's union is undeniably a market, a merger of cash, connection, and campaign season clout. But it's social aliens, not a legislative coup, at least for now. Keep an eye on where the Soros billions flow the next cycle. That's where wedding bells could echo loudest in American politics. Okay, that's all for today, and thank you for your attention. Welcome to subscribe to our channel, so to watch our next episodes, and also to download our app. Search for Very Real app in the App Store or Google Play Store.